If, like me, you hear this little inner voice of doubt whispering and pulling you back when you aim to do something, then stay with me. You're not alone. And we are in this fight together. And in fact, I have a very successful approach to it. Watch out. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 other practical strategies to get your things done and to achieve more. And the last one is really a quite straightforward one. Using those strategies helped me to stay focused and to generate over $100,000 the first year of my startup here I created in Hong Kong. It eventually accumulated a total revenue of 1 million over the years. This was life-changing for me and my family, as you can imagine. If you are new to this channel, I'm David. I spent over 20 years in the world of finance, including a decade here in Hong Kong, and I've built a successful business generating over $1 million in revenue, but I failed with 2 startups. So I'm here to share my insights on personal finance, business growth, and self-development. So before we dive into those strategies, I want to be honest with you. I still struggle with getting things done sometimes. Why? Because over the years, I've always had multiple projects and responsibilities on my plate and completing priorities with a limited time. So yeah, I know, this inner voice that is constantly trying to hold us back. And in fact, the temptation to stay in your comfort zone and to do nothing is really huge. So I try to track back some theories about this inner voice that can destroy motivation, and I try to understand how to recognize and to overcome it. I found few books that cover this topic. So I won't deep dive on those books now, but I just want to walk you through how the authors define that inner voice. As it was said in the famous Chinese classic, The Art of War from Sun Tzu, it's better to know your enemy before you start the fight. In The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown, Brown explores themes of self-acceptance and overcoming the inner critic. The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. This book discusses the resistance that creative people face, often personified as the inner saboteur. Self-Compassion by Christine Neff. So in this book, Neff emphasizes the importance of self-kindness and how to counterfact negative self-talk. The Inner Game of Tennis by W. Timothy Galway. Although focused on tennis, this book delves into the mental aspects of performance and overcoming self-doubt. And finally, in Mindset, The New Psychology of Success by Carol S. Dweck. Dweck discusses fixed versus growth mindset, which can influence how one deals with inner negativity. So what all of that means? What is the common thing between all those books? I have something important to tell you. If you are looking to improve your focus and concentration at work, I invite you to join my free e-learning course, Healthy Habits, to help you stay focused. And in this e-learning, we are going to explore something that's essential for success in the workplace, the ability to stay focused and on task. If being able to maintain your concentration is a super important skill, no matter what kind of work you do, whether you are crushing numbers, writing reports or working on a big project, you need to be able to zone in and give it your full attention. It also includes my free time management matrix Excel tool. Now really you can take control of your priorities. First, it means that it has a name and a concept. It's not just happening to you or to me without any reason. It has a common thing that is dancing right in front of your face and mocking you. It can be called inner critic, inner saboteur, negative self-talk, self-doubt or inner negativity. For the purpose of this video, let's try to find another name, something a bit more funny, let's say. It can be the inner Gollum, or do you prefer the inner Darth Vader or inner Thanos? Share in the comment your ideas to call that inner voice that tries to hold you back. Over the years, I've learned to recognize that inner voice and develop some strategies to overcome it. That's what I want to share with you today. So there are 3 strategies that have worked for me, but remember, everyone is different. So understand the concept behind each of them and see how this adapts to your own individual situation. The first strategy is change the context. So basically, the context will influence your capacity to take action. I would even say your perception of the context is influential. What it means? Imagine you are asked to give a presentation at work. You might feel nervous and overthink if you are presenting to a large group. But if you are presenting to a small team, you might feel more relaxed and confident. The context can amplify pressure and this feeling that you need to over-prepare things or over-analyze, and this is what is really leading you to have those perfectionist tendencies. So stepping back a bit and looking at it from different perspectives will help you to adjust. For example, I often speak at conferences and sometimes I feel a bit anxious about presenting to a large crowd. One of my secrets is to imagine I am having a more casual presentation to a smaller group. So let's think about it. What if you just look at few people in the crowd when talking to a large group and imagine yourself talking to them? If this is a panel discussion, this is even easier because you can more casually discuss with your fellow panelists. This is what I usually do when speaking at events and presenting to a large group. And I have another secret. Now imagine how you would respond to a friend asking for an advice on a personal issue. You might offer an honest, helpful feedback without overanalyzing it, right? Shifting your mindset to a more casual, conversational approach can help you overcome perfectionism and your capacity to take action. So try it next time and project yourself. Imagine talking naturally to a friend and shift your focus to a smaller group of people. The second strategy is define your quality bar. So the idea behind defining a reasonable and realistic quality bar is about bringing the right value at the right time using the right amount of your energy without looking for the perfection right away. Let's call it a first version of something you could improve. This is your minimum viable product. To define the optimal quality bar, you can do two approaches. The first one is focus on the potential to help at least one person. Let's say you are writing a report for your boss. Instead of aiming for a flawless, award-winning report, focus on making it clear, concise and helpful to your boss in making a decision. Even if it's not perfect, it's still valuable if it achieves its purpose. Second part is avoid setting unrealistic standards. If you are learning a new skill like coding or a new language, don't expect to be a coding genius overnight. Start with small, achievable goals. Focus on learning one new concept at a time and celebrate your progress along the way. If I take my own example, for me, as part of this YouTube channel, it's not about making the most polished, highest quality video. It's about having the potential to help at least one person. If I can do that, then the video is good enough. So shift the focus from yourself to serving others. If you are struggling to complete a task, ask yourself why. Is it because you're afraid of a judgment or failure? Or is it because genuinely you want to create something that will benefit others? Shifting your focus to the value you can provide can help you overcome perfectionism and get things done. If you are working on a project, think about how it can help others. Whether it's a presentation for your team or a volunteer project, focus on the positive impact you can make. This can help you feel more motivated and less self-conscious. Wanting everything to be perfect often comes from an ego and a fear of being judged. So, however, if you focus on creating something that really helps others, it changes your perspective. Focus on helping at least one single person and you see the difference. You might even enjoy it, which brings us to the next strategy. The third strategy is optimize for enjoyment. What does it mean? What would it look like if creating was fun? If you are working on a project, try to find ways to make it enjoyable. Listen to music, take breaks, and collaborate with others. Enjoy the process of creating rather than focusing solely on the end result. As I said in the previous point, shift from perfection to value, and shift from outcome to process. Instead of striving for a perfect presentation, focus on the process of preparing and delivering it. Practice, get feedback, and learn from your mistakes. The process of improvement itself can be rewarding. What if your goal wasn't to create the most perfect thing, but to enjoy the process? Finding the fun in creating is really a powerful antidote to perfectionism. So if I have to say it differently, trust the process. Things often improve after quick iterations. If you are working on a project like building a website, don't expect everything to be perfect from the start. Embrace the process of iteration and improvement. You can always refine and polish your work later. If you are writing this report or an essay, don't get bogged down trying to make the first draft perfect. Just get your thoughts down on paper and then revise and edit later. The important thing is really to start and to keep moving forward. Often I feel a video is terrible at the moment, but after editing and some time I realize it's actually not bad at all. The magic happens in post-production. And by the way, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tips and strategies on personal growth, finance and entrepreneurship. And so the last strategy, the last one, is really the best of all. Just start and don't overthink. If you are procrastinating on a task like writing an email, simply start writing. If it is just a sentence or two, getting started is the hardest part. It works the same way if you are trying to find motivation to go for a run. Not overthink, just, put your shoes, go out and start this run slowly. Once you begin, the momentum will carry you forward. If you are working on a creative project, just start creating and see where it takes you. The act of creation itself is valuable, regardless the outcome. The little inner voice, Gollum, Thanos, Darth Vader, whatever, this little inner voice will often try to stop me from even hitting the record button for my videos, but once I do, I've already overcome the hardest part. I don't have to publish it right away, I can just create it, review it, edit and enjoy the process. To conclude, okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today and I hope you're really feeling empowered to tackle those getting things done roadblocks. So let's recap those key strategies. We discussed first about changing the context. Sometimes just shifting your mindset can make a world of difference. Think about how you'd approach things in a different environment or with a friend. Then we discussed about the quality bar, so define the right quality bar, don't set unrealistic standards for yourself. Focus on creating something that is valuable even if it's not perfect and help at least one person, and that's a win. The third strategy we discussed about shifting the focus from yourself to serving others. When you focus on helping others, it can shift your mindset and help you overcome perfectionism and fear. The next one is optimize for enjoyment. Make the process fun, embrace the journey of creation and find joy in the process, not just the outcome. Which brings us to trust the process. Remember, things often improve over time. Not often, always. Early drafts are just that draft, right? So embrace the journey of improvement. And the last one, the best one, just start. The hardest part is often to taking that first step, so don't overthink it, just begin, you can always refine later. Now I want to hear from you. What are some of your biggest struggles when it comes to getting things done? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, the most important thing is to take that first step. Not let this inner saboteur, this inner voice, hold you back. You've got this. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tips and strategies on personal growth, finance and entrepreneurship.